Hey guys, bringing you a 2008 Ford Focus. Not that it really matters today for what we're diagnosing, but I wanted to show you the difference on how to diagnose a bad brake line versus a bad caliper. So you can already see I've replaced the caliper. I have had several calipers go out on me in the past, and I didn't even realize these rubber lines can act as a check valve. So apparently the inside will degrade, and basically you can push through some fluid with the master cylinder when you pump the brakes, but then that fluid it's not allowed to return back into the system, back to the master cylinder. Basically it becomes like a check valve. And so as you see, I replaced this, did some hard braking, driving around, didn't have any problems, and then my fiance found that it locked up on her again. Basically the caliper did it. So did some research, and hopefully this will be a quick video on how to diagnose it. It's quite simple, so I'll try to set it down. Well, I'll just keep it in my hand, I suppose. Anyway, so I am prying. There's a slot between the rotor here. I'm just sticking the plier in the rotor, and so I am pulling towards me to try to collapse. So if I pull, it will pull this frame toward me and basically push the piston in. When I pull, this hose is actually open, so I took that line off, which sucks because you can see it strip the threads out as it usually does, which there's just nothing you can do about that. But anyway, you better pray that doesn't happen on your vehicle. Either way, I'm pulling and this is not collapsing. So in that case, I would say that this rubber line is acting like a check valve. So how would you tell then if your caliper is bad? So if you were checking for your caliper, you would first leave that connected, don't touch that, and you would do this same thing, see if it works, and then you would take in my case, 10 millimeter. See if this is the right one. Yep, 10 millimeter. Take your bleeder valve, release it, and then you will take it. Same thing, and oh, look at that. It takes barely any to close this. So in this case, I would say, oh, my caliper is actually good. And then I would have taken that line off as I did, and then fluid would in this case did not escape. So it tells me this line's bad. If it didn't come out, or if it did come out of this line, I would know that it's even something up even further yet, but since it won't even come out of the rubber hose, I know this is where my culprit is. I'm gonna have to replace this. Basically it's just kind of working backwards from what could possibly be wrong. So hopefully this solves you guys' problems. It solved mine. I just wish I would have learned it before I got a new caliper, but that's okay. $100 is a cheap education. So anyway, talk to you next time.